Will the Georgia Bulldogs finally get their revenge on the Alabama Crimson Tide? Alright, so as you guys know from the title, we're going to be talking about the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Georgia Bulldogs, and this might be the year that Georgia finally beats Alabama. Now, I know that it happens every year. Georgia has a chance to beat Alabama. They don't. They lose. They lost in a championship game, and then they lose in the national championship game 2 years ago with Tua as a quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And yeah, as you can see, this year it's a little different. The first game, Georgia struggled for the first half because they didn't find their quarterback, but they found their quarterback for this year because Newman was opted out because he lost his starting job, and then JT Daniels got hurt, and the other quarterback didn't really do so well. So Bennett is going to be the starter this year, and yeah, he this year's done really well. Stetson Bennett has done a great job with the Bulldogs, and of course the Bulldogs defense. I mean, they dismantled Tennessee last night, and Alabama's defense. What's up with them? I mean, they just struggled the whole game against Ole Miss, and that game was crazy. It was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Hats off to Lane Kiffin, though, because he knew almost all the plays from Alabama, and they almost won against Alabama. And yeah, so let's go through these. Let me see. I can see that a little more. Let's go through the top players, but on the matchup predictor, it has Alabama winning by 61% to 38% on ESPN's matchup predictor. And for season leaders so far, as you guys can see on this the display, so passing yards, Bennett has 53 through 84. Let's say 84 with 689 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. Mac Jones has done a really good job this year, replacing Tua Tagovailoa, and it's been a great year for him with 66 passes completed to 83 attempts, 1,101 passing yards, really good. 8 touchdowns and only 1 interception. That's going to be really good. For the running backs, they got 2 good running backs going up against each other. We got Nashi Harris versus Samir White. It's done a really great job, both of them. Nashi Harris, through like 4 games, already has, or 3 games, already has like 10 touchdowns, which is unreal. He has 52 carries, 347 yards, and 10 touchdowns, which is crazy. We got Samir White with 54 carries, 209 yards, 4 touchdowns. So the running game is going to be a big factor for both teams this year, as well with the receiving game. Jalen Waddle has done a great job, and so has Jackson from UGA. Carries Jackson has 19 receptions, 300 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jalen Waddle has 19 receptions, 396 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So it's going to be a good matchup, but let's see how the defensive side will do for Alabama. So let's go to the team stats. As you guys can see, let's zoom up a little bit. Points per game, Georgia only allowed 36 points per game, which is pretty good. Alabama, on the other hand, last night was just atrocious for the defense. They've allowed, they score, my bad. They score 51 points per game. I'm sorry, I just read that wrong. Points per game. Points allowed per game, which has been huge for Georgia, which is 12.3, and then Alabama, not so great with 30 points per game due to the fact that they had 45 points last night, which is crazy. Total yards, Georgia has 420, while Alabama has a great 560, so their offense is always going to be good, no matter what quarterback there is. Yards passing, 248 for Georgia, 385 for Alabama. Typically, Alabama is mostly known for their running. The quarterbacks, but the past 2 seasons, the quarterbacks have been really, really good. So yards rushing, 172 to 175. So yeah, like I said, their running game is going to be a big factor for both teams. Yards allowed, this is huge for Georgia, only 236.7, while Alabama has 473. Not great at all for them. But their running game, their running stop defense is pretty good. Only 150, but Georgia, 38.3 yards allowed from the running game, which is crazy. And then for the passing yards allowed, which is 198.3 for Georgia, and Alabama 322, which that isn't good at all. So I think this year, between the stats and watching how Alabama plays, watching how Georgia plays, Georgia's defense, I know it is Tennessee, but Tennessee's pretty good this year. But they just dismantled that offense with with fumbles, rushing to the quarterback. Defense played a great part in the interception. And then Alabama, they've struggled with the defense, and their rush defense is pretty good, but their coverage isn't so great. So I think that this is going to be another high-scoring game, I think. So I'm going to go with Georgia on this one, and I think it's going to be, let's say, 38-35. I mean, that's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a close game going back and forth. That's a reasonable score, 38-35. And I think Georgia's going to kick with the last-second field goal, or it could be a high-scoring game just like Ole Miss and Alabama last night. So comment below what you guys think, who's going to win this game, and let me know what you guys think. I think Georgia has the shot this year to finally beat Alabama, because Alabama's defense is struggling. Nick Saban's got to do better. Nick Saban has got to figure out something with this defense, because it's going to be a long day with Georgia. But yeah, that's my final score, 38-35. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And the college football prediction videos are finally back. So guys, Grad International here. Have a great day. See you guys later. Peace out.